Today, we're doing everything again. All of this is going to get changed. We need more efficiency, we need a better base layout, we need our resources to be managed more effectively. We don't need all of these combining for screws. So, I asked a few people for suggestions and I've got a plan. I'm going to use a production calculator because this is just too much for one brain to handle. And then I'm going to work out a good system, a good, I think, format and layout for each of the products. I think I want to automate until modular frames at least. And I want to make the build expandable so that we can easily integrate steel. I just need to find a way to get coal here. But that's not going to be the biggest problem. And then I think we should get into some milestones because MK3 is really what we need. We really need MK3 to get this going. But that's not going to be this episode. This episode is just going to be a lot of building, a lot of progress updates, because for me to get MK3, I need steel. And steel is not yet on the cards. So, total base redo, total layout change. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of this storage because all of these items need to be moved. I might just throw it away in AFK to get more. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to do some planning. I'm going to do some looking up and some calculation. And I'm going to time lapse some of it. I'm going to progress update the other bit. Because otherwise this entire episode would just be one big time lapse. And that's not really good content to watch. So I've got some planning to do off camera and some layout planning and research. But then I think we can get stuck into redoing this entire base. So this is the final look before we start editing everything. Yeah, this has worked until now, but look at this. We have so much space that we could use for more production. Look at that. That entire area. So this is all gotta go. I think I'm gonna leave the foundations and yeah, we need to get stuck in because we have a lot of work to do and a lot of planning. And that's the first major design we changed. We kept the smelters with their 4 because that's the best for this miner. But we lined up some of the constructors. So we would cut out some of these mergers. And then we built a lot of constructors facing into each other to save space, leading into assemblers. And that is how we made some smart plating. I know I said modular frames and it's gonna happen. It's just for these smart plates, we need them for the space elevator. And they're incredibly tough to make. So we have 46 already. We need 500 of them. So I figured, okay, let's build that first and have that running while we design the other factories. And that's just because this is so inefficient because I think I have too many constructors or too many splitters or whatever because these rods aren't coming in quick enough. And I have overclocking on this one and overclocking on the smelter and overclocking on this miner. And still we don't have enough output. So that's going to run in the background and it's a useful thing to have. And then I think I'm going to repurpose those nodes for the modular frames because I think we're going to need quite a lot of them in the future. I'm not sure. I need to check some of the recipes. But yeah, I think this will all be dedicated to modular frames. And then we're going to keep the smart plating. I decided to keep the storage. I'm going to make this a central storage area. So only storage containers are going to be here. And we're going to have things flow in. So if you see this place where we had the biomass burners, we have our first storage crate. And that's for the smart plating. And then the modular frames are going to go here or here. We can decide. And then I want to get rid of this conveyor belt because we now, well, maybe not. Maybe we'll have some conveyor belts running above, like overhead, so it doesn't get into our way. Because this is our only storage supply of rotors and plates. And I want to store one of everything because when you build new machines, like assemblers, you need plates. Now, if we have all of our plates dedicated to smart plates, then yeah, how are we going to build anything else? So I want to store as much of these resources as I can. So we have a rod storage, plate storage, concrete storage. We have the rotors and the heavy plates, reinforced plates, sorry. We have the screws, so everything is building up, and we're making a storage of everything so that we can expand quite easily, and so that we have nothing dedicated. So yeah, storing everything. So for now, I'm either gonna redesign this, or I think we should go exploring close to the coal plant to see if we can find iron close by, so we can have a steel plant there, or if we need to bring the coal over to here. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to hold off from building the modular frames, and I think we're going to go exploring to see if we can get some iron nodes close to the coal. So to help us explore, I think I made this Xeno Basher. It's an upgrade to the Xeno Zapper, and we have more reach, and I think it's stronger. So we're now ready to take on anything, because that area at the coal plant is incredibly dangerous. Like, I almost die every time I go there. So I think this is a useful weapon, and it sounds beefy. Yeah, I like this. So we're gonna go exploring, and I'll see you guys when we get there. So this fog is incredibly dense, but we have no coal or no iron close to this coal node. I think the closest one is 700 units that way. Yeah. Wait. Oh. We have 2 that way. So maybe I'll try and find a way across. If I can, I'll just make a miner there and I'll decide what I'm gonna do. Maybe I can split the coal, because we have a node over there. I can split the coal into 2 and take it over and make that the steel, and then just put a conveyor belt back to base. It's gonna be incredibly long. Yeah, but I think that's the best, because otherwise we just need to take this coal to our base and then dedicate another one of the nodes to steel. But I don't think that's going to be the best thing, because we don't have modular frames yet. So I think we need a dedicated steel plant, and then just one massive of these conveyor belts. Yeah, so I'll run over to this coal plant, this one here, and then I'll see how far the iron nodes are from this one, and then we can make a plan. So I don't think this plan is going to work. I don't think these coal nodes are close enough to any of the iron nodes for it to be practical. So I remember I went exploring a few days ago, and I found an area that has most of the resources very close to each other. So I think I should head over to that and see if iron and coal are close to each other and start building there. I think that's the best plan, because it has most of the resources closer to each other, and that's what we want. We want everything to be close by, so we can easily add them into machines. So I'm gonna run over to the area I saw. It's quite a ways away in that direction, but I'm gonna run over to there, and then I think we'll decide there what we're gonna do. And this is the next quick redesign we did. Before I decided to go to that area, I thought, let's automate modular frames so that can run in the background. It'll just make life easier. We'll make a very efficient design when we get back. But for now, we're just building up the stockpile. So I'll see you guys when I get to that area. after this quick time lapse. And here we are at the area I had in mind to build the second part of our base. This is a pure node, so it's already a good start. Let's check if we have any iron close by. Yes. We have 2 nodes that are the same distance away. I really think this is the area where we should build our base. So I'm just going to set up a few foundations here, and then I'll see if I can leave a beacon here so we know to come back. But I don't think we're going to get into steel production for now. I'm going to put down my beacon, go back to the base, and we can AFK for some more resources. So I've been AFK for a little while, and we have enough resources now to say that the system is pretty efficient. It's not the best, but we're getting there. Took a look at this vehicle transport, and I really think I should get into that. Since we have such big distances to cover, I think I can transfer resources into the tractor and have it drive all the way to that area, so then I don't have to run back and forth constantly. So I'm definitely gonna unlock this milestone. So, because the sooner we can get that, the sooner we can get to the other base location. So I'm gonna do a little bit of experimenting.
Milestone reached. Long-range transportation, as well as the construction of outposts, is now encouraged. Vehicle stations have built-in functionality to refuel and restock or collect parts.
So what I did was I AFK'd. So we have a good stockpile now. Oh, these are gonna go here. We have a good stockpile of resources. This is filling up nicely. We need 500 for the space elevator. So once that's done, we can either repurpose this for other functions, or we can just leave it to build up, because I think we might need these later. But I think that's going to be all for today. Well, we did some remodeling, some storage, we got into these vehicles. So in the next episode, we can start looking at taking some of these resources over to the second base location. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned if you want to see some amazing transportation videos.